Hey Sagittarius, how is it going? Should we read for April? So your reading is late, I know. So is Pisces and so is Virgos. And frankly speaking, I think let's save that conversation for another time, shall we? Swag, do you ever get that feeling where it's like there was a dream, there was a hope, there was a thing, and it just got tainted by every idiot's misunderstanding and every idiot's ego getting caught up in something that you wanted to do. Frankly, things that have absolutely nothing to do with these people, but they're just so miserable and so bent that they just had to make it their own thing. Like, why are you involved in this? You know, when you can convince yourself that you're doing the right thing and you're doing it for the right reasons, yet there's so many unnecessary obstacles in the way, I guess part of the ego would probably be like, no, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep fighting. But when it comes to the detriment of your better well-being, you kind of got to stop with that philosophical mind of yours at some point and ask yourself, is this really worth me losing myself for? I think, Sagittarius, if you've been in this place, you're probably saying to yourself, no, I found out recently, no, it's not worth me losing myself over. If there are miserable people so hell-bent on ruining things for other people just merely because of the reason that they just can't stomach to see somebody doing better than them, somebody genuinely being better than them, someone actually having better than them, those miserable virus types kind of act like a plague to themselves, and it won't be long before they finish themselves. But is your energy really worth it? Is your well-being really worth it? You know, being sacrificed in the as the price paid for this dream to help others? You know, that Sagittarian ambition to want to do right by the world. The Star card. Speaking of dreams, Aquarius energy. You know, there's so many layers to the stars. There's so many layers to our hopes, our wishes, the things we fathom. A dream today may not necessarily be the same dream tomorrow. And like I said, they have layers. So maybe you have graduated one level of the dream, and now it may be time to actually really be honest with yourself and kind of recognize that there is more to this dream, this ambition, this hope. And funny thing about the stars is that it is very broad. It's vast. It's expansive. And so limiting yourself to a certain something wouldn't really be doing that dream justice, would it? So here you are, ruled by Jupiter, being told to expand, being asked to have faith in what you know to be what you really want. And sometimes what you were doing or what you may have accomplished may no longer be what you want. And I think life sometimes shows us that there are certain things, certain people, certain places that genuinely don't deserve our energy. And I feel like you would be within your absolute right to pull away from something that has become a bit of a nightmare. Let's take a moment of clarity and use the Star card as an analogy for a bit of direction. Is this what you really want? Or is this ego, this so-called mission, Does it truly align with who you are? Or is it just a facet or a step in the true direction of what your real dreams are? Sag, there's a finesse about you, which generally means that you've got the gift of the gab, which means you can talk your way in and out of anything, nearly anything, and everything. And let's be honest, when you put your mind to it, there's a lot that you can do with that philosophical brain of yours. Achieving dreams, or at least acknowledging where one dream may have expired and you're now being led in the direction of the authentic dream. Okay. 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. Working on yourself, your own contentment, taking a bit of time to slow down, to focus, to reorientate. Those priorities. Working on what truly makes you happy. Working on what truly brings you to your center. Working on what takes you off of this rat race, this cyclical up and down, this thing that's kind of created more conflict and kind of taken you off your own center and so far away from the reality of this dream, or what you'd at least envisioned it. Is it truly worth it, Sagittarius? Let's get the answer to that. Knight of Cups. I think there is an offer, a proposal, something that is perhaps more so aligned with the direction that you know that you now need to head in. And hopefully with a bit of this working on thyself and filling your own cups and bringing yourself back to the center of this rather toxic reality surrounded by unnecessary juvenile conflict. Getting off of that matrix hamster wheel and pursuing the authentic trueness of what a dream actually really means. The Moon card is that there's no space for delusion anymore. There's no space for you to lie to yourself, and there's really no need for you to be delusioned by anything other than the fact, 7 of Wands, that this conflict and where they all turned against you and you've had to take on a battle way bigger than your pay grade to only elevate you, no doubt, but this frazzled energy needs realigning, because the shit that was hidden from you, the stuff that you couldn't quite make sense of, I feel like there's going to be an offer for you to kind of get off of this hamster wheel if you're willing to be honest and truthful and trust the process enough to know that the time to work on yourself for yourself really is now. You're not doing it for other people anymore, because for the most part, they're not fucking grateful for you. They don't appreciate it. And there's a lot of degenerate energy about, like the Karens of the world that seem to think that they're doing right when really and truly they're only creating a noose around their own necks. Knight of Swords with their woke philosophies. 8 of Swords and the Strength card. Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Speaks for itself. I mean, I don't know how else to put this. So I'm going to take a minute with this, because let's just make sure this is out in the open and this is pretty as clear as it gets. You fighting off and fending off these Karens and Kens with their woke ass bullshit opinions that really are only going to, let's be honest, blow up in their own faces. You get an opportunity to move on from that. And sometimes a savior shows up. A knight with a cup and a knight with a sword to kind of cut you away from these nooses or the self-imposed prison that these woke demon types might like to have you in. Leo energy here is strong. Something about this card always makes me think of overcoming, courage, strength, tenacity, dynamic energy, true entrepreneurial spirit. You're being offered a sincere, genuine helping hand from a sturdy, reliable source that might help you break away from some of these prisons. It's not your responsibility to sacrifice yourself and put yourself in exile. Like I said, sometimes the overcoming is deciding when the matrix is like a big fun fair, flashing lights, carnival music, all meant to sound very attractive. The real self-mastery is here, how willing you are to nurture, slow down, take care of, with TLC, your own garden, your own cups. Tend to your own cups, yeah? That mastery that needs to happen with this strength card is sometimes knowing when it's time to pull away from this matrix and begin to reinvest in yourself. It is not your responsibility to save anyone. It is your responsibility to save yourself. Invest your energy in yourself. This backwards and forwards with this conflict for these real degenerate woke nothings is not worth it. And your energy being fed into AI is not worth it either. There's more to life than this. And April, 1313 on the clock when I said that, April is an opportunity for you to walk away from the conflict and get your justice finally. It's up to you, Sagittarius, but if you know that after everything that's happened, that something is just not worth your while anymore, you've not lost, you've not chickened out, you've won by allowing yourself to escape the falsities of a fake world, these toxic Karens and Kens with their woke ideology, which, let's be honest, will probably get them about 100 years or so. But that's their karma. It's not yours. 1414 on the clock when I say that. So there's a lot of synchronicity surrounding you right now, Sagittarius, if you are willing to pay attention to you and what you need and what your emotions are asking you for. And if you are truly willing to work on the only thing that's truly important right now, and that's saving yourself. I hope you enjoyed the reading, Sagittarius. To book a reading, visit rubyreadstarot.com. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, show your love, support your gal. Thank you so much for your support, Sag. You've been one of those signs that have always been there for Ruby Reads Tarot, and for that I love you. Have a good one.